Hello everybody, it is Claudia, your favorite delusional artist over at Colorful Creations. I said my intro backwards, but we're gonna leave it because I like it. So today, instead of me starting with conditioned clay, I'm going to condition some clay with you guys so we can talk a little bit about what we're doing today. So we are making some cute little pig charms, and they're going to be itty bitty because I'm trying to get my charms as itty bitty as I possibly can get them, but still make them beautiful and cute. What I do is I chop my clay up into tiny pieces, and then I roll it into a ball and get it as soft as I possibly can get it. How I know my clay is conditioned is if you can bend it and it doesn't crack, it is good to go. And if it's obviously fairly flexible and easily malleable between your fingers, then it's good to go. I am using Sculpypremo. I use Sculpypremo for all of my figurines and all of my projects. That is just my clay of choice and the clay that I find works best for me. Sculpy, sponsor me! So once I get the shape and the desired amount of clay that I am looking for, I was able to get 4 small balls out of a slab of Sculpypremo. This color is blush. I also leave excess clay on the side so I can darken one pinch of clay, so I can darken some of the clay for the pig's nose, and so we have some excess clay to make the pig's legs, tails, and ears. So here I am chopping up some little pieces of clay for the nose. I darkened this clay using some chalk pastels with this bright chalk pastel that I have. So I just shaved some of the chalk pastels over the clay and then I mixed it together. Once I get the amount of clay I would like and roll them into balls, I put them on my tabletop and smush them down with my finger. The first time I did this, they turned out too small, so I ended up having to do it again. So we are doing farm animals now because everything I do is inspired by our toddler, who is 17 months old, and right now she's obsessed with Old McDonald's, and apparently all he has is pigs. So we are making some pigs for her Old McDonald obsession right now. These charms aren't for her. These charms are actually going to be available on my Etsy if you're interested once they are done. But the piggy in the back is actually for her to go with her Old McDonald's figurine set that I'm currently working on. So once I got 2 of these noses done, I take my glove off, and what I am doing is I'm taking some of that pink chalk pastel that I was talking about, rubbing it on my finger, and then I'm mixing it into the clay so I can darken some of that pink clay for the piggy's nose. And then once I get the color I want and once it's mixed up the way I want it to be, I chop it up into 2 pieces for these 2 guys' noses, roll them up into a ball, and then once they're rolled up into a ball, I flatten them on my glass surface and I stick them to my little piggy, who is currently a ball. Then I use my daughter tool to add little dots into the nose, little dots to add the pig's nostrils. Use your big girl words, Claudia. Just use your words. God, I suck. Once we got our piggy's noses on, we are going to take off some clay, and I just took off enough clay for each pig, and then I cut it in 2, and we are going to work on making the piggy's ears. And what I did here is I roll them into 2 balls. I end up having to take my gloves off because my gloves are way too big, so I'm gonna have to deal with some fingerprints on this project. So what I did was I just pinched one side and flattened the other, and then I flattened them onto my glass tabletop. And then what I'm doing is I'm just putting them really close, like a lot closer to the pig's nose than you would think. So the first time I did this, I actually did the ears too far back, and I didn't notice this until I got towards my third piggy, and I realized my piggies kind of looked a little funny, and I ended up taking the ears off and moving them more forward, and this just kind of makes the face look more small and together, which in the long run makes the piggies look really freaking adorable. So I am just cutting one of my circles in half, rolling each circle on my finger, pinching it on one side and flattening it on the other, and then flattening it so it's all the same on my glass tabletop, taking those ears off, putting them on my pig, and what I did was I put the fold on the front so I could easily smooth them out with my trusty handy dandy favorite rubber tool. This is also part one of the making pig charm video tutorial. I hope you stick around for part two to finish these little cuties off, and I'm happy that you guys have even made it this far in the video, and I appreciate your like, follow, and everything. If you could give my other socials a follow, that would be greatly appreciated. I love you all dearly. And I mean that sincerely. So like always, I'm just smoothing my surfaces out with my handy dandy rubber tool, and I like everything to look really nice and really neat and really clean. Unfortunately, my piggies are going to have some of my fingerprints on them because I don't have gloves right now, so don't worry, I will get gloves. They come Saturday. Whoop, whoop. So you still want your piggy's ears to point up, and you don't want them to be pressed too far back down on the back of your ears, because you want enough clay left over to fold your piggy's ears forward, because piggy's ears aren't pointed upwards. Maybe they are if they're terrified. I don't know. I'm not a pig farmer. But I'm pretty sure they're folded. On all the pictures I have seen of pigs, their ears are folded. So we're going to fold these piggy's ears. Now what I am doing is I am just getting some clay together for their legs and feetsies, and I'm just getting obviously 4 round balls per pig because each pig has 4 legs, and then I accidentally take this pig off camera and I realized that afterwards, and all I'm doing is I'm putting the little legs in the front and then putting the little legs in the back, and these are really easy, simple little legs. I just rolled the ball in between my finger and then it made them into a little bit of an oval shape and pressed them onto the back of my pig, and then I flipped my piggy over and smudged the legs on the back so they're really stuck on there. So we are going to repeat this process again for the next pig. Again, I'm taking my desired amount of clay, rolling them into small little balls, and that's going to be the piggy's legs. Try not to press too hard on your piggy's legs or you'll lose the shape of your pig and you'll make your legs too flat and they'll just look squished down, and you want to be able to see your pig's legs. Our intention is for your legs to be seen, not hidden. So this is part 1 of our Piggy tutorial. In our next part, we are going to be folding the ears and adding in the eyes and the little bit for the charm, the eyelet. I'm really glad you guys stuck around for this video, and I hope to see you guys in future videos to come. Anyways, see you later. Look, isn't he so cute?